everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Do you realize, people out there, without women in the world, you wouldn't be where you are today. It took a woman to bring you into this world. And sometimes my mom and my grandma and the women in my life would say, and I can take you out of this world. But it's not about that. Today, it's about another W5 story, another where in the world is a W5 story. So I'm so excited about this particular International Women's Day version because lately I've known the person and I've got to know them deeper. Well, I get the first level in this relationship when I get to ask, Laurie, who are you?
I'm Laurie Hurtubise. I'm a born and raised local gal. I'm a proud Canadian. I'm a supporter of local made and grown products. I'm an extrovert. I'm a people person. I'm a cheerleader for the underdog. I'm a mother. I'm an empath, and I'm a caring friend.
Wow, so many great who hats. And I know whenever I do these with people, I say it's like we're going to Dr. Seussville by the end of this. So let's, first of all, as a mom, what are some things you love to do as a mom? And what are some things you like to do in your business?
As a mom, I'm very blessed. My kids and I have a great relationship, so I love that we can talk about anything. That no subjects taboo. That we can be who it is that we are. Lately, I've just been enjoying the fact that we can go out hiking together. That's been our thing. Over the years, it's changed with all the different activities, but where they're at now as young adults, we go hiking together or on long walks. And when you walk and then you get the talking in, and it's great. And then the other question was, who am I with the business?
Yeah,
did you
in your
say?
business. Yeah, what do you do in your business?
So I'm owner and operator of Honora Cremation, Burial and Events. So I'm a licensed funeral director. I'm an embalmer and I'm an event coordinator. So I also do pre-arrangements. So I do a lot of things within the business. I've got great support to help me to do those things. But yeah, I wear a lot of hats.
Oh, wow. So when you said local girl, I have 1,500 and change followers. Thank you so much for following along. It's the crazy story that I, put out there about my BC Consulting. So where are you located? So where on this blue marble does Laurie do her business?
Yeah, so my office is in Coquitlam, but I serve all of the Lower Mainland Fraser Valley because what I do is I go to people's homes to make arrangements. And then we also plan funerals and life honoring events in places of worship all throughout the Lower Mainland Fraser Valley and or clubs, pubs, legions, back to people's homes. Some people want to have an event at their home. So we're very flexible and there's a lot of options depending on size, formal, informal, whatever the right venue is, right for the family we're serving at the time.
And I was just at a beautiful celebration of life online. Is that something that you guys are offering, that where location now?
Yeah, so of course it's been such a challenge the past year. Our heart's breaking for all the people who have lost a loved one over the past year and haven't been able to gather and hug and do all and launch their grief in a healthy way. So we're just doing what we can, and that is hybrid events. So now that, originally we had allowed 50 guests, but now we're down to 10. And so with 10 guests, we do stream it. So we do hybrid. So there could be that live component of the 10 people present. And then we use this platform Zoom, and it's great because the chat can share condolences, what have you. But we also do totally virtual events. So if, say, the cremation were to take place, then it's completely online. The funeral celebrant is, we sort of create a set for them and just do the best to connect. I mean, we're also doing things like, a lot of people love those memorial cards or prayer cards that they take away. And so it wasn't happening. So we figured out a way to do that, to mail them to people. So at the hybrid or virtual event, getting people's names and addresses. So they can get that card in the mail and hang on to that. So we're just doing what we can at this time to connect
I love
people.
that. So that leads us to when. When did you decide that this is where the direction was going for
Yeah,
your life?
yeah, of course. A lot of people think, when the heck did you think that funeral service was a thing for you? So for me, it was about 15 years ago. So I was an event coordinator and I was on leave from my job as an event coordinator. I was home with my kids. They were little then. And I had a loss in my family. A loved one died. And it just got me really reflecting and thinking about the funeral or end of life event as sort of the ultimate event, like our society, um, we we celebrate all these milestone events. I mean, we even have gender reveal parties, but then there's this stress surrounding the that final event. So I thought, we need to work on that. We need to help people, and it doesn't have to be a traditional funeral. It could be a traditional funeral. It could be a unique event. It could be free flowing. There's so many different things that can be done.
So we always wrap this up with, Laurie, what's your why in life?
Um, well, my original why came out as me being an event coordinator and thinking, as an event coordinator, I thought, oh, I could come in and I could make these events enriched and unique and all of these things, which I still feel strongly about. But my why's changed over the years since being in funeral service, becoming a licensed funeral director and embalmer, and seeing what people need. And what people need is the bereaved are not in the right mind. They're not like you
Hmm.
and me are right now. They need a lot of patience, they need a lot of care, and they need to not be pushed into anything. They need to be given options. So my why is because I want to ensure that people are empowered to figure out the best thing for themselves and the best thing for the person who's died. My why also is the deceased is a vulnerable person in our society, and I want to make sure they're cared with empathy and respect. Another big part of my why has become wanting to be the change.
Hmm.
I respect tradition, but I want to question, why have we been doing things this way for the last 100 years? What can we do better? What can we do differently? And so that comes up to things like green burial, like cremation by water, which is not legal in BC yet. We need to get that law changed. It's
Hmm.
legal in a few provinces, so it's better for the environment and so on and so forth. And also looking at how the things have changed over the last 100 years, how we can give people their power back if if people want to care for their deceased loved one themselves, to help them to do that, for homecoming funerals, just to look at all the options. So my why is big.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much on this special edition of International Women's Day. And what an incredible story, a very unique woman in business. We both live in the same town. And I am so incredibly grateful that you shared your story. And I love your why. This is kind of my why is I'm curious. That's I'm curious. I think in my DNA, at my core, I'm curious. And the more that I can get to know other people, and now I have this incredible new W5 story in my blank set of encyclopedia, my set is getting bigger and bigger, is when I meet somebody in my life that aligns with this W5 story, I can confidently take it off my shelf of my heart and pass it on. And lately these days, I've been saying, Laurie, once you've had the experience with my W5 people, if you can just let me know how it goes, because together you're building that story even that much bigger and that much bigger. And that's how we build a life. And now you, my friend, help honor that life. So thank you so much today. We'll make sure we'll put Laurie's information into the chat afterwards, so you can connect and learn more, because I just know behind those glasses is a pretty incredible lady whose heart is nice and big. So enjoy your day, everybody, and tune in again next Monday for another edition of Where in the World Is a W5 Story. I'm not sure who it is, but I know I'm booked up until the end of June. So pretty cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Jeanette.